that Rang Jizing Samba, Kasu Samba de la, that Shen Chizi Samba Yunde Samta, Nation Simjan, Shen Chizing Samba Yawakiala, that Shen Simjan Rania Jinchimbo Yimba, and the Kitinchimbo Samtana, Shirwa, the sugar, the Shene down to Congo, the Karilamna, and the Kitin Rang Chizing Sambati, and the Jambatan Shishin Tianche, Pa Gimachuache, and the Shelia. And the Shen Jebats in somebody, Shen Tiki and Dana, Shen Dunga Danas in somebody, Jambata Shishin Danger, and the Diva Yelia, and Besuchi or Resident. What did you show with you or Shesaro?
Good afternoon. This morning we continue to look at this meditation where the first 2 points were to reflect extensively on the faults of the self-cherishing mind, followed by the reflecting extensively on the qualities of the other cherishing mind. And through extensively meditating on these two, one will come to value others, one will come to see them as tremendously kind, and giving rise to the other cherishing mind. Then out of meditation, one relies on mindfulness and introspection to ensure that the other cherishing mind dominates us and thereby influences all our interactions with others. And whilst relying on mindfulness and introspection, when we notice the arisal of the self-cherishing attitude, we eliminate that and revert to the other cherishing mind, ensuring that it guides all our interactions with others. So that's in brief what we looked at this morning.
And the Jing that the contrary you got a sagic shed what I'm to do the lancet in it. Maybe down to ship Tora, some Mataje, contrary sim you did, sim Janaco, sagic, Zinda, you said the Tishera, the name the ship Tora some time, contrary to you, the lamb, Zindang, you sagic, Ungro, down to Cassin Loric Shavana, Loric de la Chedu, you de la Zindang, you said. And then non-yu said, and then it occurs over mu said, Yungurwa, some Sigurwa.
NGK, the Mikyo Segura. But before I continue with the text, I want to say a little bit more about Yeshi's question this morning. So the mind of anger has, as we heard in Lodik when we were looking at awareness and knowers a while ago, each mind has various objects. So anger has an appearing object, an object of the mode of apprehension, and an observed object.
Control said the Korongi Mipi, the Miyu, that Mixerochina, Dichagora, that. Semja Yungre, Semja Maya by Yon Shosarwa, Semja Yungre, that Denegi Semja let me near Contrakia down. Dene Dunga let me share, Sosola Dunga Yon, Dunga de la Mine Contrakia Chan. And I think how to Dunga Yon Saki, she de la Mine, and the Contrakia, the Yungro, the Jambi Shavana computer, let the Contract said, could me, the computer, like you tell me share. And the Yamaledon Dumachli Gurua, they are the dinner, and delicate me the Chagorwa, is that the names are Miu de la and you Semjana, Semja Mayimba, not so young children.
The Migiore. The observed object of the mental factor of anger can it be either a sentient being or a non-sentient being? A sentient being is clear, a non-sentient being could be, like the illustration that Jumper mentioned, a computer, and it could include illness, etc. So these would be the observed objects. So in brief, the observed object of anger is either a sentient being or a non-sentient being.
That is to show the computer the contract you marry or utilize Semja Yungur Larua. The Tata Chagomare, then the Negas or the Cherana the
So therefore my answer was incorrect. So Jumper, he could have given me a tsa and shown the contradiction in my statement, but with his great kindness he chose not to.
then Jambigi share the control you the computer city new chagmado control gets in the you the chagomade. Control gets in the use a control said the Kanichi level as an you de la miche. China you de la you move charge Yungurua, you don't want your Dele lava to draw daje. Bene you don't want to see a delia never capture draw daje, and you do more lava draw da. Denigi lava draw da didn't seem big delia and Miduba del number della number chiamato controsicore. C'è stato un controllo che zinda yu di yomarda. Lo xie cha de control corong lo xie cha de gore. C'è un corong che zimba na xin yu di yomare. Corong control corong zinda yu di yomare da. Me bare de ina corong che control che se che mi yu di yore da. Mi yu di semja yong chere da yu kare na yong chore.
The observed objects of the of anger is, as we heard, a sentient being or a non-sentient being, and this is an existent. However, the object of the mode of apprehension of anger is a non-existent. So this, perhaps we can say, this aspect of anger we can call a wrong consciousness, because its object, the object of the mode of apprehension, does not exist. So what is the object of the mode of apprehension of anger? Anger, maybe you can say the function of anger is it exaggerates the unpleasant aspects of the object. So because the unpleasant aspects of the object is exaggerated, then anger arises, but this exaggeration, this exaggerated aspect, doesn't exist, because it's exaggerated. So therefore, the object of the mode of apprehension, this exaggeration of the unpleasant aspects of the object, that does not exist.
Muse the Yungore, Tango de G, Mazo Chichala, the Gambaro Ruste, the Tene, Chick Lega Maladu, and Conrad, the Mu di Gambaro the Charcode, then the Condo Coron, Gambaro de Dilla Mine, the Idumua dele, Lava Drodaje, Idumua Zim, Dagore, the Neza, called Zinda Udmava Charicore.
As mentioned, three objects, and we've looked at two. The first, the object, the focal object or the observed object, that is an existent, and that can be a sentient being or a non-sentient being, such as a computer. The object of the mode of apprehension, that is a non-existent, because that's the exaggerated, unpleasant feature of the object. Then the third object is the appearing object. The appearing object is the mental image of the observed object, and that is an existent. So of the three objects that anger has, two are existents, the appearing object and the observed object, and one is a non-existent, the object of the mode of apprehension.
The usually you do one to your day, you do only chat dele, Labaje, dele Labaje, Drodaje, Behuji Yawodu, Drodaje, Nitsimba della, then it deba di dubbing number ya dele, the Niki dele, Deshasik Dodges, Desha, and Condo Nidi, Dokshorisha, when it's in that person. Usually you do more at your budget, dele you do more Laba Drodaje, dele Midu number you control child. You do one your day, Dele you do one dele Labaje, dele never capture, Laba Drodaje, and you do one say dele Laba Drodaje, did dubbing number year, dele Deshasik or Desha down, control the code in loading night, Shimju Cheba and Lokshe Chatiku, Zinda you never charo.
Den I loksesena, den I penne dødjak I kjetjø det, loksere, dødjak loksemare.
Dødjak koron lokse, koi zinda yudi yomarwa, koron zimba nashi merwa, chisa lokshe chadwa. The Lokshe said, the Korong Ludi, you the Zimba Nashinji, Dola Yobaina, Kolo Dunchegua, Ko Zimba Nashinji, some Zimba Nashinji, Dola Mevana, Ko Lokshe Lagua.
Anger then exaggerates the unpleasant features of the object, grasps at, or let's put it this way, the mind exaggerates the unpleasant features of the object, grasps at it, and anger towards this object of the mode of apprehension arises. So this consciousness is a wrong consciousness because the object of the mode of apprehension doesn't exist. So that's the mind of anger. A mind that we can come to understand as being contrary to that is the mind of attachment. And the reason it can be said that attachment is contrary to anger is that whereas anger exaggerates the unpleasant features of the object, grasps at it or believes it, and thereby the anger can be said to be a non-existent, a wrong consciousness, attachment exaggerates the qualities of the pleasant features of the object. So let's again to try to be clearer. The mind that exaggerates a mind exaggerates the pleasant features of an object, and then grasps at it or believes those objects exist, and this is the mind of attachment. And because this mind of attachment has as its object of the mode of apprehension a non-existent, these exaggerated pleasant features, then it too can be called a wrong consciousness. So what is contradictory between anger and attachment is anger exaggerates the unpleasant features of an object, whereas attachment exaggerates the pleasant features of an object.
Oh yeah, that didn't it. Oh yeah.
Small point on that. The exaggeration of the positive or negative qualities, it takes it to about a mental factor called inappropriate attention, which precedes anger or attachment. So, in the case of anger, is it anger which does the exaggeration, or is anger simply grasping at that exaggerated qualities which have already been done by a previous state of mind?
Okay, just a sec, because I need to look up a word, then I'll ask you to give that to me again.
Some of the translators inappropriate attention.
I'm just trying to remember. I think it's Yela Jepa, but is it Yela Jepa? Okay, good. Okay, so then, sorry, would you ask your question again, please?
So, what does the exaggeration? Inappropriate attention or anger?
Okay, so that's easy. So is the easy to ask? Is the inappropriate attention the exaggeration or anger?
Which has the function of exaggerating?
Or which has, is it inappropriate attention or anger that has the function of exaggerating? Okay. Then control yamena yila jepa deni gagi jodok chegi yarbe.
Yila jepa chegi nema jawar.
Yila jepa
Yila
chegi.
jepa pene yidu ngose laba tsumi yiji lagdo tsumi yiji ki yidu ngose laba jodaba sobro jodaba. Tsumi yiji ju kunye langse de yila jepa kunlo la ne tsumi yiji kunlo. Tsuda midimbi kunlo chile. Kunlo digi de kunlo digi ane jodagan de pashe kondo koromendo. Tsumi yiji di kunye la de tsumi yiji kunye langres. Di kunye langje ane yude la pene yiji myowa jaja juyimba ina tele ya jukchi da jungyi se kashi nemba japche. Denigi nemba japche de kunlo langdi tsumi yiji kunye langdi nemba jani kunye langche. Kasa tsumi yiji de che. Da denigi nemba japsane da kondo digi di midyuba naba di mogo samay naba jayadi. Kondo di mogo dedan drahudu dradugi lo di kondo che. Tell number given the Dikarso did to me, she said.
So, with the motivation of an inappropriate thought, the faults of the object are exaggerated, and this is inappropriate attention. So, it's inappropriate attention which serves the function of exaggeration. Yeah. So, as you asked, then anger follows from that, with the maybe you could say, anger follows from that with repelling what's this object which is now seen in an exaggerated negative way, pushing it away. So that's what anger does. But it's the inappropriate attention which exaggerates. Okay, good.
That is in the Dashan Yamchi, that rang chasing ye, Jeba Zimba, Samlota, Shen chasing somebody the Jeba Japche, then the Shen Jeba Ziada, Shen Jeba Zine Rang, Shen Yudanala, and the Rang Yawado, some of the some lady, Rang Kasor, Dashan Yamchi, some Dadi, so Dirwa. Rang chasing the Dashan Yamchi Gom Siadi. 다대가 랑라 제바지 랑디기 된다다 동하나 사드기 제진 여바디 현르파 가보지 현이 동하 자야다 디기 두야랴 삼당 대 현이 동하 세야된 디기로다 랑깔레가 제기나 가레 깔레잖아 자긴 셈비게 삼다디 아니 다가질레 랑야와 뒤 현제버지 삼다디 라 가서 다시 냠제 삼다다디.
Turning now to our topic for this session, that of equalizing and exchanging self with others. So just to recall that what this refers to is an exchanging of an attitude. And this exchanging of an attitude is experienced through a complete reversal in our priorities, a complete change in how we think and how we interact with others. So the situation we find ourselves in now is we are beings who are long habituated to the self-cherishing mind. And this is experience that at the innermost core of our motivation is always the achievement of our happiness primarily and the elimination of our own problems and difficulties. Here the practice is about completely turning that around. And whereas once before, as we do now, we prioritize ourselves, we will come to prioritize others first and foremost. And prioritizing others first and foremost means the forefront of every intention is helping others achieve happiness, helping others overcome their problems and difficulties. So this is the exchanging of self for others, the self-cherishing attitude being exchanged for the other-cherishing attitude, where the welfare of others is at the forefront of our intentions.
Denma Dashan Yamje Komda go Shigudo, Denma Chitela, Kamsum Yudunga Dalami, Dagi Sunam Tamji Ker, Sunam Di Chilabki, Semjan Tamji Sanki Shosen.
This is presented in the 24th verse. May the sufferings of the three realms ripen upon me. May sentient beings take away all my merits. Through the blessings of this meritorious act, may all sentient beings become fully enlightened.
Mandela Zugi Dashan Yamje Samdao Komdi, and Delia Semja Tamji Dunga that Chike Dunga Navi, Dambo Semjan, Dunga Navi, Semjan, Samta Muna, Samta, Denegi, that's Semjan, Dunga, the Dinagor Sebi Samta, Denegi Samtane, Denegi Dunga to Chasa, and Semji Dunga Chasaya, Sosolia, Sosolia mi Bache, Samta, Dene Soso Mine, Sosugi, that Dewa, Gewa Sashi, Gewa Chasa, and Pa, Semjan Pa, Semjel Pache. And Semjen Digile, and Louis Dewa, and Sem Kivo Yada, on Dusene, Diki Johnson, Sempe, then Sem Kivoda, Chike, Diki Junior, and the Sem Digia, Kiwi Cholia, Samata, Gajo troops, and the Chick, Yamlin, Yawut, Jane, Tarchin, and Sanjoko, Topson, and Piggy, the Nigi, Dushen, some down Comia, Gomboria, said Shigua, comes to me, Dunga, Dala means, comes to me, Semjatam, you do it so sorala me. Dagi Sunam Tamchi Kersingi, Sosorangi, Kiwizawa, Kawa Digi Tuyaki, Di Kawakazi, Yobana Chasan, Simjalapa, Dang, Lucian, Gomboration.
In the first line of the verse, may the sufferings of the three realms ripen upon me. So here the meditation starts out with as an observed object, all sentient beings who are tormented by suffering. And one engages in a reflection then on the variety of sufferings that beings are experiencing. And then one generates a strong wish, rather than on them may that suffering ripen on me. The suffering they're experiencing now may be eliminated by it ripening rather on me. The suffering they are yet to experience, may it only ripen on me. And thereafter one reflects that all this virtue that one has accumulated, this vast store of virtue that one has, as well as the virtue that is being accumulated now and will still be accumulated, I offer this to others so that others may experience the ripening result of this. They may experience physical comfort and happiness, and mental peace, mental joy. And then fourthly, one commits to continuing this practice, striving to become a Buddha so that all this virtue that one continues to accumulate, one can offer to others. All one's virtuous activities can be directed to alleviating the suffering of others. So this in brief is the meditation.
Dine du samna kumyadi di garejine kumbo semja tamji dunga dala sos minjine sosugi dunga minje sosoi semje dunga jaje konzo dunga gyune mewacha do sosugi gewe zawa digi jun chasang konzo pa jene konzo lui dewa da semgi dewa nyoso sembege samna du stang yu di gardan gor sen gar dine pa samda du chen jang yu ane shenjeba zembegi lodi shukje janggor da gajele da shenyamje gomsi de gazu de shin da shenyamje ngone samda de garresena rang chizing somebody pa gaje shen jeba zimbe samlodi ge jue de gomye de zo di ro di de da shen chizing somebody shukche da ge dondala shen dunga de sosola minche de shen dondala rang yawa do wa se rang dunga nyong ngi nyonggi is shen digi konsol에 digi chona ngi dinga nyonggi is ade kondu dunga cha su lingi is de 아주 라야와 도와서 디디차거래. 그래서 다 콘주 dunga cha sa me ba su sosugi dewa giweza digi chona cha sang konsul jegin 다 konsul 펜나데 konsul 야고 chona de digi도 sam비 konsul dunga la 자고도 konsul digi yana 야보래 삼제 소소파 다 제도 지난 데니기 jegin sambe 데니 제 삼당도 되는 랑 현지진 삼로디 근데 숙쳤던 거로와 지난 데네 꿈도
What is happening here in this presentation is that one having reflected on the suffering first having reflected on the sufferings that beings are experiencing, one generates a sincere wish, may their suffering immediately cease. That suffering that they are experiencing, may I experience it on their behalf. And all the suffering that is yet to befall them, may they never have to experience it, may I rather experience it on their behalf. And then the third point was, all the virtue that I've accumulated, the virtue that ripens in happiness, I've accumulated this for them and I offer it to them. May it not ripen in my experience, but in their experience, on their continuum. So the purpose of this meditation is that it leads to a great inner strength of mind growing. It's a very courageous mind growing. And accompanying this, or expressing this differently, is the other cherishing mind. This grows ever more in strength. This mind that values others even more, that values the experience of happiness, the elimination of suffering of others, values that far more than of oneself. And then how this further is experienced is that one's attitude to difficulties and problems that oneself would experience is completely transformed. Through this perspective now, through this growing perspective that comes from developing the other cherishing mind, whatever problems and difficulties one experiences, one is very light about them. One doesn't get absorbed into them, because compared to the great goal that is being achieved, that of benefiting others, these obstacles, this pain and this difficulty is of no significance. And one readily ignores one's own problems, sees them as insignificant, through seeing them in a new perspective. And the practitioner here then has a feeling that I don't want any of this virtue to ripen on me, I want others to experience it. This joy that I experience in being of benefit in the lives of others, this is all that I need. But the virtue I'm accumulating may go to others, those who need it most.
Dunga Zamaimba Simjing, you the Dunga Luke Naza, the Simgu Dunga, you Dunga, you Nyomoba, Nyomoba, Desha Shadan, Con Lasso Timola, so by Nyom, Chazan, that Dunga Chazan to Lemba Nashi, Dunga Gie, you, and Nyomoba the Gie Chazan to Len, so like me, so like Timba Mebache, and you could Dunga Meba Mazi, Dunga Maoban, Dunga Gie, you Nyomoba Chazan, that Zamas Mevase. Sule, Zamasu, Nusuki, Kiwi, Kawaki, Zawa, and Tiki Pata, do some daddy, Dashin Yamche. Since I didn't some time, the Susuki, Deviki, Gawati party, and the Delia, Nibas, Sumba Delia, Paso, Sunam di Chinlapki Sidwa, Chisan Denigi, Sunam di Susuki, Sunam di Part, Gawati party, and Konzuki, Gawati, Samnotiki, Lui Tewa, Sim Kibuchi, Nubiki, Chin Laps, Nubatiki. Lui Dewa Sim Kivu Chaswan Samba. Then they gave you some the Kipa, Pachi, gave you some Gawadruya, Sambat, Chiku shoot, Nuba shoot Chimbo Kene, and Jaju Sem Lasso, Tonyo Dobeshera, Deniki Gawat, Yamnitin, Sanjoko Bongi, Tobagi, and Sanjoko Toson was a bit Mervachin, Komkuresi, the Shigdua.
In this meditation where we taking on the suffering of others, we may start out with the coarser sufferings that we observe. Then we need to reflect on the cause of all sufferings, both the coarse as well as the subtle, and that is the afflicted minds. And we continue this process then, taking on all the causes of the physical and mental suffering that others are experiencing, their afflicted minds. And in this meditation, we take on the afflictions that have ripened in the minds of others, the suffering that others are experiencing right now, as well as the seeds of their afflictions that reside on their continuum and will ripen in future suffering for them. All of this, with sincerity, we take on with a strong aspiration. May they be freed of this. May I bear this pain and this anguish on their behalf. And engaging in this meditation, we accumulate in vast stores of virtue, as well as virtue that we've accumulated in the past. This we now offer to them. We offer to them with sincerity, in that for others to be freed of suffering, they need to have the causes of suffering eliminated, but also have accumulated the causes of happiness. The causes of happiness I've accumulated, with sincerity I offer to them. And may they ripen on the continuum of others, and thereby may others with ease generate love, generate compassion, generate bodhicitta and progress to Buddhahood. And this is then expressed in the third line, through the blessings of this meritorious act. So the blessings here is giving away all our seeds of virtue to others.
Those children some do sometimes. That in sometimes Semjang, Tam Jigu Dunga, Lukin Nazada, Semju Dunga, the name you do Gangai Deg, Yomobacha, Susol Minje, Chik Mimba Samdan, was that Mimba Samdan, Dine, Yan Samnoya, Nazunha, Dine Mijang Achasa, Najakan, Yonsa, and Biganji, Sembian, Namdoraji, Yungruada, Chesadine in Zam. Nelia, Nanzuki, Chiki, Dine, some Dana Jing years with the Gasore, that's what you do, change Simjing, some Lugan as a Semu Dunga, Nyomo Birchasa, Sosolia, Java Minche to do Tashan Yamjo Comje, Combainza, Dichelia, and Denegi, Nyomo Batia, Dunga, Nyomo Batia, Rangul Mimbati, Patashan, Jena, the gang to do Karadus and Rana now, and Nashi doing Mindus Jeva Jena, and then Gaya Niamba, Donsan, Jimo, Juson, and Big Mebachena, taking the rest of the pigeon and then is Denegi, Jeva, Seva, Thomas, Denishina, taking the rest of something.
The check in Nipa Yankas not so old, but Penat or Michempeki Dugna money, Leniki Dopa Yamadeka, so can you day? Then it dead and double can.
When the link is matter, then when the lane Shaba and the Shashaba in the Odanga Dunga as you say, Namtoro Yosi, that day Shashaba to Len Shaba and that and the Gajo, the new Dunga the Pash, some Dagara, some Jogo, Dinima, that then my Dunga the party, two len chawe jelya dunga de ane ngaro joge rale nawa nashin denigi dunga de gawadus jeba ina jeba jenane de ane gaya ane je kor jeke nawa nashin ji meba dane nye meba dongsa ji ma de midu samje denigi samdawa na ko meba charuwa meba chasu sambe namdo doruwa.
When people hear about this teaching, this topic, there's often some apprehension, because the reality is we're all experiencing a lot of suffering, and we don't want our situation to get any worse. But the way that, in my opinion, that one should skillfully approach this meditation is that when one generates this sincere mind, may others not suffer, may I suffer on their behalf, and then one imagines their afflictions and seeds of afflictions coming to oneself, then the way I approach this meditation is then to reflect on emptiness. One then reflects on the way that objects appear to our mind, whether, let's say, whether it's an afflicted mind, the way it appears to our mind. Does it exist in that way or not? And one goes through the meditation and comes to a realization of emptiness. Through this realization of emptiness, then having taken on suffering of others, that suffering cannot ripen in suffering for us because of our realization of emptiness. So this is my personal approach, and I emphasize that because it's not something I've seen in a text, but this is how I feel the meditation can be done skillfully.
Dene denegi samda dene dashin nyamje komna dilya u jumup samda de u jumum da dene ko dashin nyamje komyaji sungdwa di sonyo de karsan da jigbare nyuta zuge u su u su da dosin kom u su thadu kabla simje tham jige dunga da luge na za simje dunga an dunga tham je ge gyunyo mo ba da je ba chasa su u su thadu an nga u su thadu denegi yom de tianje na so so la timso ase be ma ba che da so so u di pa da de kabla an so so ge lu ki nga so so ge gewa sa chi be ge za wa cha sa ko sim je le pa da che sim je le pa da sim je ge lu pa tim je sim je nam che an lu de wa sim ki wa an samba ja ju sem da an che pla be samba la so be ge che chue na ba da wa che gi je so sa be ge du che ne gewa pa do me ba sa so sa be me ba che da de ne sam da u pa da u le u pa da su da sam da de kabla de che ne sam na kom na
One has some familiarity with this practice, then a further way that it can be utilized is to mount this on one's breath. So with the in-breath, one imagines taking on all the suffering of others, both physical and mental. Imagine receiving it, and thereby helping others be alleviated from physical and mental pain. And then with our following out breath, imagine giving all our roots of virtue to others, these ripening on the continuum or in the experience of others, so they experience peace of mind. Not only is their torment eased, but their minds become peaceful and spacious. Moreover, with these seeds of virtue on the continuum, they ripen in the actual minds of love and compassion, and develop these into bodhicitta and progress to Buddhahood. So in this way, on each in-breath and out-breath, one imagines taking on and alleviating the suffering and the pain of others, and giving peace of mind and joy and causes for lasting happiness to others.
Da diso denegi u jum da jewi thone denegi da chik sosuge gewa pa shan la da shengi an dunga da do soso le sam da u le ma de ba ne u ge denegi ma de ba no soso sam lo da de shengi dunga ani chu dunga gyu da je ba soso su ling yu je ma ba che rangi ge ye za wa cha sa shan le dang gu se ne dian je shan le ya di ge chun so se me ba du se ne da lo de 잠바다 시신진도 진 제지도 양내양도 진내랑就是조금 더불어 책으로 현단 남면 매바 디자냐 삼다체 공공공거와 되는자디 조금 더 책으로와 그 제바지고 말와.
when one has gained some experience in this meditation, then one then is ready to progress to mounting this practice onto one's breath. Then, with each in-breath, we imagine alleviating the suffering that beings are experiencing right now, as well as taking on the causes that would otherwise ripen in their suffering in the future. And with each out-breath, we give them now immediately experiences of inner peace, of happiness and joy, as well as the causes that will, the seeds that will ripen in spiritual development and the attainment of lasting happiness. And we engage in this inhalation, this meditation mounted on the inhalation and exhalation of the breath, utilizing the minds of mindfulness and introspection, ensuring that our other cherishing mind stays dominant. And at this point, we're not engaging in analytical meditation, but rather in that we're engaging in this meditation in an undistracted way. It's a meditation that is similar to placement meditation. So it's not placement meditation itself, but it is similar to it in that one is not analyzing, but one is engaging in the meditation in a concentrated way.
And those Dadi Bendigo community Rang chasing somebody and Rang Yawa to say Chagorkas Dunga Chazarang Ganga Lingi Shengi Tiki Chuade, Chuandalang Ganga Kugus and Be Sigarocha, Chazan Rang Yawa to Shen, the Shen let Tiki Chunas and Be Shen Jabatsimba, Lo Chayagi, Dandala Tiri, Don Ticomiadi. That's all thing on the Nimdina, some diadi, Danzo Care, Chebine. Legaro ci caraccione siana pembeci di sempre da di tempo da xixin sam da jiang zo tempo da xixin dian jie gare ne jie ben siana pembeci di sam ba de jiang la sam dang go le xi zo ro di le de wa ben nga zo legaro ci le ben da kala sa ben da da ji gom ro ci na ge shuo gare jie ben xian di gi zhu yue de xian dong wa xi wei qi de xian sim jian ta me sang ji ge dong wa ye gu Juda Yum Ben Nubo Chun Dayag to the in some J. Di Jamba dan Shijin Digan some Jen and to get you to in that body some horses. And then she had Karina, Gage Lagaros Carriage, and the next some Tachi horse at it. The Jamba dan Shijin Nigi, that Shen, the Digi Chuna, Shen, Pembe Chidu Yin, Shen Digi da, Chuya da Shen Duma Seva Chidu Yin, Yaya some horse, did don't did it.
As the meditator progresses with their familiarity in this practice, and they're getting more and more skilled in taking on the suffering of others and giving their virtue to others, it has a very profound effect in that their self-cherishing mind rapidly weakens in strength, whereas their other cherishing mind, this is starting to dominate them ever more so. And in fact, one could say that when they're mounting their practice on the breath, what they're actually dissolving within themselves through this practice of taking is eliminating their self-cherishing mind. And in the practice of giving, they're strengthening their other cherishing mind. So this is a further way to understand the exchange here, of exchanging the self-cherishing attitude for another cherishing attitude. And this grows ever stronger as one continues this presentation of taking on the suffering of others and giving our virtue to them. And then, as one's familiarity with this grows, then whatever one is doing, so outside of meditation, then that mind will start to permeate our daily activities. And especially when one is relying on the mental factors of mindfulness and introspection, this then serves that whatever one is doing, one is keeping the other cherishing mind at the forefront of our intention. And therefore, we have this motivation of whatever I'm doing now, may it bring temporary as well as ultimate happiness to the beings I'm interacting with, but also to all sentient beings. So therefore, when we verbally communicate with others, we communicate under the influence of this mind that wants them to experience only happiness. And when we're engaging in say, our work, or we're eating food or some kind of physical activity, Again, the motivation is, may this only bring benefit to others. And in this way, beyond normal, what we consider normal virtuous activities or meditation, this other cherishing mind starts to pervade everything we do. And through our change of our way of thinking, this is then means our behavior, our physical behavior is transformed, as well as our way of speaking and communicating with others. And this habit of acting under the influence of the other cherishing mind grows ever stronger, independence on relying on the minds of mindfulness and introspection.
kala sadu kabli ina dan ya ji kala dia dang bo ji ya control le chu she control le chu pu yu sem bi sem jen tam ji di ge ya da dung se ya de chu pu yu sa control le pu yu sem bi ge ni me ba chen che ba pu dene pu ne ne sadu kabli ya so so ge su pu na lo ya bu sin pa do me ba yo de zan di zo ya cho wo le che za dine yin za ni de so ya ni jimba de so ya ji ge sem bi jimbi konzule jimba tangu yesembi mebache konzu tiki chuyu tiki yoya da dunga se don dal tiki yesembi mebache sana an sosulya an chebo puyu ki samno tayo puyu ki suenam chiksa gore an ya konjola puyu suenam ma an busin dikile jimba tayo ki jimbi ki jimba chagore an dihan jimbi chagore an dine samdama ina chisa kala sagore te ina ya samlo di shenpenge sambi tonne sasharwa chena shenpenge sambane sawanza dinigi gewa sagor ineda soso jogo toya di jogo ja jogo subu so donda de jogo re da ne chena dinigi shenpenge samlo madawa je soso jogo toya choya donda sawaine re shenba samda sawana donda jibo jogo de shenpenge samda sawane gewa nemba gewa sago soso subu ge jogo toya da chuding data chagor ine dinim도 개와 사도 거로 대지 지부디기 더 소소 저거도야가 수부 최딘디 용거를 되네 개와 사고 말로 되네 인자 칼라세디 갑리네 되네 삼다바이나 엔 지게 개와 사요 그러시래 아직 미 지금 나게 냠는 지디 갑리네 아직 될야 안에 된나 된비 기고디게 하디게 차산 된나래 인가 소수기 dimbanalo yuyeche and delia chobopu mabachi den masadio kabya chobopu yesen bigi mabachi sagores dineza dinesavana da jisan jambadan xixin ye kala sedu kabline janshi shenla pembi digi juya da dunga se pembi janshi denche savana and sonum sagre sashi tishigoro.
When we to give an illustration of how the development of the other cherishing mind can transform how we interact in our daily life. You just think of what we do several times a day, and that is eat some food. So we usually eat because we're hungry, or we need to we know we need to be healthy, so we should eat. And if we just wolf down our delicious food with no further thought than the satiation of our desire, really there's no virtue that's accumulated from this activity. Sure, what we're eating is nutritious, there's benefit to our body, but in terms of the accumulation of virtue, this we don't achieve. But through cultivating the mind of the Dharma within us, we quickly learn that this food is something that before we eat, we stand back from our desire and we offer it to the three jewels. And we create virtue in this way. And as we develop the other cherishing mind with ever greater sincerity within ourselves, so in a less contrived way, a more sincere way, we'll start to see that this food has a particular purpose, and that purpose is to benefit others. We offer our meal to the Buddhas so that we can create virtue. We offer to the three jewels so that we can create virtue which we immediately offer to others. May others only experience happiness. Through this virtue, may this virtue only ripen on the continuum of others. May all their temporary and ultimate needs be fulfilled. Thereafter, we think of the beings that are residing in my body. By partaking in this meal, may I nourish all these beings that are living inside my body, and may they be representatives of all the beings in the three realms. And in the same way, may I be of immediate benefit to all beings. And thirdly, one can think that through eating this nutritious food, I'm doing so to strengthen my body, to sustain my body, so that I can continue to engage in spiritual development for the benefit of others. So here, our focus of our mind is very much on benefiting others. We still, of course, are benefited. We're eating a nutritious meal, but our way of thinking has been transformed, and due to this mental transformation, our relationship with material objects such as food, this is also being transformed. And this is because our mind is becoming ever more focused on achieving the welfare of others, first and foremost. And for those who practice Tantra, then you can engage in the yoga of eating, and in a simple form one visualizes the deity that one practices at one's throat, and then one makes offerings of nectar to that deity. And in this way one eats with mindfulness and introspection, with one's mind focused on these offerings one's making to the deity, and accrues so much benefit. So to practice in this way, one can do so just through a recitation of words, and some merit will come. But if one does so with a sincere transformation of our way of thinking, the merit is enormous. And the benefit for one's body, this stays the same. But the store of virtue is vastly increased.
ane de oda te dipando minus aloya minus trola rosha se yushabaina yubare de mado ane gyawasa eskayama ane neji ine kablina sosugi de oda de shen da sahanti sam pumon poli pando gure chesam pu denegi mbulya pando na budige sachen konsulya anji rodoya pengire chin dine enza konsulya pembar sho samsa che yubaina anji yuba jibare de kunodi denegi shenla pembe sabe kunela chu yubanza gyawasa gorwa tangso chesna dine lega kara chebena sosugi kunodan denshi dan kun denshi denje ane pembe sabe kunela che di che shabaina ne garine 판마도 유샤베네 개와사에 되거라 책으로 내가 저기 아주 수부탁바자 다 되게 찍고야 되네 미 류쳐야 돼 현재 디기주야 돼 생기 동화세야 돼 생기 펜바주야야 미 류된데 초고 디인자 생기 디기주야 돼 생기에 동화세에 돈달 초고여 삼제네 먼저 베지다바 있나 야지 대학 개와사고 그래서 디네자 먼저 자와 가래를 지네 지고 신뢰 편비 삼부냐 야도스 제고래시 디네자 디네 제반에 디네기디나 디네 제디네 삼로가 디네 지게 신한제바 지면 삼로도 슈차셔 리고로와.
Another example that's easy to do is sometimes we have leftover food and so this won't be healthy to eat and we throw it away. From that way of thinking and acting, no merit is accumulated. But if we have a similar thought process, eating this food will not benefit my body, possibly harm it, therefore I need to throw it away. But by putting it in the garbage, I know that there some insects will still come to meet, encounter this food, and for them it will nourish them. Or if I put it into compost, then certainly insects will take benefit from this and benefit them. And now I make this as an offering to these insects, to these sentient beings. And may, in this way, I bring benefit to all beings. Whilst now I'm just making offerings to these insects, but may I make similar offerings to all beings. So here we have a motivation of the other cherishing mind. We're keeping it present through the utilization of mindfulness and introspection. And in this way, even when we in our kitchen, we have a mind of the Dharma, dominant within us. We have the other cherishing mind, dominant within us. And so here, just going about our daily chores, we create so much merit. We're not doing anything special, but we create so much merit because we're acting under the influence of a mind of the Dharma. And this is the way to practice Dharma, where we are transforming our mind into the Buddha Dharma, which means our everyday activities are included within Dharma practice, because our motivating mind is a mind of the Buddha Dharma.
대화의 덴바의 동화다 자고도 세상에 디체고도 심베게 삼데 다신냠제 참 삼루식 첨불이어도 안에 다 동화 심전 동화 영화의 규디 가르선 레다 녀모바들 그래서 녀모바디 빵고도 녀모바 빵 투구 유네 메나세 다 녀모바서 자와데 가르에서도 다세 마릭 파세야 디레샤 그래서 다세 마릭 바델라 되네 대샤 공동에 잘라서 바게 되네 레사 되네 레지 방고 동화 영화 되네 두 레샤 되네 자다 다스 마리파디 짐바나 신주 유디 예나 메나스 제바체인데 제바체네 제여데 데네 제바체여데 데네 짐바나 신 마투바 또데 데네 동이데 도고 제사디 janjusem nyamlen jida kabla jam niji ki chane hasam namda se de ki sewe chela janjusem maje para del toni le cheba che ngure cheba che ne
di tamati kashi
다신 benenga kini menga dunju kone ene janju niji kombai nada lasa kaso gyune kasore dasen nyamji kone niji kombai nada dene gomne ane 안디 동화 semja tam 동화 다 자고도 다 자고도 동화 영화 유디 가르샤 센데체베지 동화 자야라 가르치고선 유디 자고도 유디 가르센 다세 마레 바레샤 다 다세 마레 바디게 간데 유가네 징기도 젠바 나신 두 민도 세체바 제야도 데네 젠바 나신 메바 다도 마주바 덴바 마주바 또 데네 덴바 마주바 또 하도 데네 덴바 징바지 덴진 디 빵투여 바다 하고 거래 제가 디가서 돈이 또로 그래지네
Then di tablan chikre.
Yeah,
okay, cosa.
Bene donyi doya di janju sem jie chen do gre be janju sem ma jin ye do gre la ne janju mang chao gi ning jie gom chen ne janju sem ma jie ba la donyi do wo de kai xie ge ane rum te wang gi di ga so do ma to ba jie janju sem jie chen do a yong go de
di ko na de yang ja.
开始janju sem jie chen de dong yin do wa yong guo de mang che wa ge janju sem ma jin ye la ning jie nyam nen jie chen de janju sem ma jin ba la de le dong yin do guo de jie le
Cosa. As one trains in this way, trains in the mind that wants to bring benefit to others, training in the practices of equalizing, exchanging self with others, then with a wish to guide others, to guide others to the state where they are freed of suffering arises ever more strongly within oneself. And then one will look to what the causes of suffering is. Why is it that beings remain trapped in suffering states? And here then the meditator will see that suffering is the ripening of negative karma that has been accumulated by the afflicted minds. And these afflictions which cause all our pain and our misery, these have as their root the ignorance of self-grasping. So here the meditator sees the sequence very clearly, that from the ignorance of self-grasping, all the other afflictions come. And the mere arisal of an affliction is suffering. For the being that experiences an arisal of an affliction, that is suffering. So there they see the root cause is the ignorance of self-grasping. And then they engage in investigation to see whether this ignorance of self-grasping, first, how it appears, and two, does it exist in the way that it appears. They examine their own continuum to see if this, the self that is grasped at as being truly existent exists in this way or not. And in this way they engage in the meditation on emptiness. So here in the sequence of trainings, where where most bodhisattvas proceed, whether they are those who are engaging in the 6 cause and 1 results method, or those of the more courageous type who are engaging in the equalizing and exchanging self for others. Most practitioners, when they come to meditate on compassion, that then is immediately followed by meditation on emptiness. So in the sequence of the practices, this then comes before the generation of bodhicitta. So to repeat that then, most aspirants to the bodhisattva paths will meditate on emptiness after having meditated on compassion. And that's before the arisal of bodhicitta. So that's how most aspirant bodhisattvas proceed. There are others, though, that will first generate bodhicitta, and then thereafter, having generated bodhicitta, will meditate on emptiness.
매버 쇠투에 두 세상이치 투사래서 대자당이 산지고방 마도는 타민도 제 산지고방 자디 토고도 선배되네 샘제 담지기던 산지고방 토버쇼 선배게 토바지긴 세배 잔슈 샘디 신의 기거로 와대서
The meditator here, who generated compassion, engages in the meditation on emptiness, seeing whether the ignorance of true grasping or the ignorance of self-grasping can be eliminated. They come to a realization of emptiness, seeing that the object, that the self does not exist in the way that it appears. It is empty of inherent existence. In this way, they give rise to a wisdom realizing the emptiness of an inherently existent self. This realization of emptiness serves to have a profound impact on the aspirant bodhisattva in that it becomes vividly clear to them that Buddhahood is possible. Buddhahood is possible because they've already have some experience of love and compassion, and now they have experience of emptiness. And therefore they know that all the obstacles to the attainment of the perfected state of Buddhahood can be overcome, as well as all good qualities fully developed. And this then has the impact on them in having an intensity in their practice in striving for Buddhahood. And this then is the generation of bodhicitta. So the generation of bodhicitta, for most practitioners then, will follow the realization of emptiness, which follows a realization of compassion. And this realization of emptiness then adds immense intensity to their striving for Buddhahood, which is the mind of bodhicitta.
가르스네 수수기 대화디기 차상 개와 셈전을 파당 그 셈전디게네 류대와 셈기우차 되네 기회 삼바야네 야 권에 강도 펼치네 냠내진 상요고방 톱스왕스 몇버지야 지켜와 나야 지대다 대시 디나신다 dim다 찍라 가르쳐 셈전 상기 쇼어세디 전주 셈기바 원내들 소수기 냠는 체네 대시 강도 다시 냠지기 니제곰 니조곰네 데네체바 체주 니지 셈전도 동안 자야들 동안 규디 카르샤 세자 규디 녀모바레세 녀모바데 빵고도 빵투사레 셈베게 데네기 동요 또도 녀모 빵투도 셈베게 땡쇠의 게요도 데네 셈자 탐지기던 산조고 빵토버쇼 셈베게 자주 셈기리에서 올 셈자 탐지 산기쇼 세야데
The fourth line in verse 24, may all sentient beings become fully enlightened. So depending on the style of practice that the meditator is naturally inclined towards, then this can be understood in the two ways that we've looked at. So either may all sentient beings become fully enlightened, this is the aspiration, that may all sentient beings be freed from suffering completely, and being freed from suffering, may they achieve lasting, stable happiness, in particular, the happiness of enlightenment. So this is one way that this line is understood. The aspiration for all sentient beings to be freed of suffering and to attain the lasting happiness of enlightenment. The second way is how the practitioner who has first realized emptiness before generating bodhicitta would understand this. So their aspiration would be, may all sentient beings be freed of the causes of suffering. May the causes of suffering on a continuum of beings be eliminated. This aspiration has a sincerity to it, or is a genuine aspiration in the sense that the practitioner has a realization of emptiness. So they know it is possible. They know explicitly that it's possible because they have some degree of realization of emptiness. And therefore, they have a tremendous strength of mind now to strive for Buddhahood. And then thereby they've generated bodhicitta. So these are the two differing ways that one understands this fourth line. The first way was where the meditator has not yet realized emptiness, and the second is where the meditator has realized emptiness.
Dine simje tamji yu dine sanyo koba tobar sho sebe janju sem sede simje tam dine ki nyingje di zhangpe ki simje tamji sanyo koba tobar sho sebe ki dine samlo di joma mayin bachi kya hura da janju sem di joma mayin bachi kya yadu janju sem kya bares chizan dine ki janju sem di kya bayin zang da gasa di tyaba chenpo charo de sanji koba tobya ki lamle ya sanji koba tobar jibe lamle ya ngosu shu sare da ngane legal masona komban masona da lamle ya ngosu shu sawa chago re ngosu shu bare chesa sanji koba toya ki.
When bodhicitta has been in this way, has been repeatedly cultivated, the yogi will come to the point where bodhicitta does not need to be intentionally generated, but remains manifest. And so in other words, it's a bodhicitta that is uncontrived. Uncontrived bodhicitta that isn't intentionally generated, is the bodhicitta in the continuum of bodhisattvas. And such a practitioner, a bodhisattva, is a Mahayanist in that they've entered into the paths of the bodhisattvas. They've cultivated the path to enlightenment in their continuum. They are on the path to enlightenment. And this comes about with the cultivation of bodhicitta that is uncontrived. When one is so familiarized to bodhicitta that it is uncontrived, spontaneous.
Yule Denje, Gawa Kazi, Garira Chevna, Gawa Chujo, Rajmada Majivine, and the Cha, Lanchik Sevana, and the Kora, some Lanchik Kora in Dine, Gawa Chazan, and Sanjuko want to be Kuchagres, Janju Sem.
Lanchik Kora?
Lanchik Sarjik.
Sarjik.
One road, round, Kora,
Gap, Kora
Sarjik, Cha, Jik Sevina, and then and the Chik Kalamason. Come jig sim jelly Jimbatawane. The Niki Janju sim Guleke Savicella, the Nikawa Chunjun Chechun Karesawa and Dichasan Sanjugo want to be Gukaya Chagre.
When this wish to strive for Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings arises within one in an uncontrived manner, when one has uncontrived bodhicitta, then everything that the bodhisattva does has immeasurable merit. So even a single circumambulation creates the causes for enlightenment. Making a small offering of food creates the causes for enlightenment. All because of the tremendous power of the mind engaging in these practices.
Nyewa dunga nyongo diwa chembo chiu sa chi inji minji da nyewa lenji kyewa ge le sa yobe ine ya janju sem gyule kye sa wa ina dene diwa dibe nubo chungchung gesi kyewa na ma anji ma kye je lamsa mang che de nyewa le kyo ma de gesi da kyewa ngeba de kyewa ro chabe ine ya ane na so la kyewa ne ko ka so de Poli Salatava Chikwache, Poli Masa Davian Lamsan box and Yaparing Radination, my cooks the case and Lamsayan, Dendrolia, Gigres.
The generation of bodhicitta leads to the incredible accumulation of virtue, as well as tremendously powerful purification of negativities. So all of us on our continuum have a vast array of negativities that we have previously accumulated. When the being arises as a bodhisattva, when they have when they've given rise to uncontrived bodhicitta within themselves, this serves to purify vast stores of negativities and continues to do so. And those negativities then, those previously accumulated negativities either do not ripen, or if they do, they ripen in a way that is almost not noticeable, or if they are particularly strong, for example, a negativity that when ripening as a propelling karma will lead to rebirth in the hell realms. Even if rebirth in the hell realms is taken, the bodhisattva will be born there for the briefest of moments and immediately be reborn elsewhere. Just like if one drops a ball, it touches the ground and immediately bounces up. So this is the tremendous effect, a purifying effect of the strength of the mind of bodhicitta.
Delia, and the Sanjeda, Janjusimba, Shandati, Mixiki, and Ya Dado Chigis. As an been Shinza Chimushu, Chin Mania, Nuchu, the Kid, that is of Shuji, Delia Trola, in Iowa, Subs of Shuji, there, Jason, don't put Chimbuchas on the Shiragi, and Jindagi, Natato Sharagumara, many Chunju, get the college, Subs of Chigua, Dinajin Poo in a Poo Chunju, the Kabla, Pamit, Subs of Tatoche, and Chimbuchino Lose, so Kalaham disease at Tatoche, Chigmarwa, on Dinashi, got Sanji, Janjusim, Tambo, the Denical, and Sanji, Mixiki Delia, Tatos, Zigres, Chilapnaya, Chigres, Dako, Janjusim Yaki, and Tolam, Church, Tolamba, Jolamba, Denichar, and to go Corona Dinseros, Masonashi, Udero, and the Stragorwa, then Janjusim Tambo, the Massanji Delia,
The yogi gives rise to uncontrived bodhicitta for the first time. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas take special care of that bodhisattva because of this most precious of minds that has been generated. This mind that has such great potential, but while stable, it is very delicate. It can still be lost. So the Buddhas take tremendous care of this precious mind of bodhicitta within the continuum of a new bodhisattva. So this is just like a gardener will care for a new seedling or sapling, or a parent will take care of a young infant, because that is when the child is at its most vulnerable. So likewise, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will take special care of new Bodhisattvas. And as the new Bodhisattva continues to train and develop, and their bodhicitta becomes ever more powerful and stable, it comes to reach a point where it's irreversible. It cannot be lost.
Digi nubi topki, and Shen Simjele, Digi to Yonata, and the Shen Simje in Chasanga Sosolia, Kushepjata, and Chavopu, you Chevores, is not Janju Simki, and you need his order.
What we're looking at here is the benefits of bodhicitta. And the benefits of bodhicitta are really numerous. So even the body of a bodhisattva becomes something special. The mere sight of a bodhisattva leads to the generation of joy and happiness in the minds of others. Their body becomes an object of offering for others, which means their mere body becomes an object upon which others create the seeds of happiness. So that's just the benefits that come from their mere physical body of a bodhisattva.
bushi yor chik shi yor roya thos zebram jamsa diwa chi nga ta jin chi pu de gre de pu ja dan chi ro de de ne sim ja thos namsa di dam de ya chi ge pe chi ro nga ro de do di gar sen pe shen pi ge sam ta de le ya ne ge ba sha sha ji kong zu ge ba sha sha ba na ne kong zu le ge wa mo ba na dian sang bo tui ya da ne chue nyam le je ya bo yong gre sti di don da la dinigi chene nangurwa chisa dinigi yansa ngāyō zhūgi na champagne sambati tintus jangu kurwa da.
An illustration of using one's body to benefit others is an example set by Lama Zopa, and we've seen when he's been here that whenever he encounters an animal, whether it's someone's pet or whether it's an insect, immediately this is an appreciation that this is a mother sentient being who is suffering, lost in the lower realms, valuing them, wanting them to experience the lasting happiness of enlightenment. He will recite mantra, blow mantra on them, making sure that they gain, even if it's only the slightest of imprints, at least they gain some virtuous imprint. So in this way, he shows how he brings benefit to others in any way that he can.
Kisin shewa nyam se samdaya shea di danda la zuki jam ninje komya di da sosu ki samlo yu papi ki tuwane da tangpo jam ninje mene ma shea jinja so yiwaan jamba ane las ninje jamba da ninje andu chine rim yu komna dumde karalina sosu la kiele la da kale chunga rim yu komya samda sosu ya jik denege rim yu komma tik kale shukche jap tugudu sambayna ko dasha nyamje de ko sam da de sosu gi nyamnyon to na da denege samda lo cha ya chagor danda la garsen da ngam joge kasan sheba na shin rang ji jing samba de ba de gyuen ja ya dile ka nga de ne de yongdu se be rang ji jing samda de gyuen da shen ji shen simja tamje dewa de ba da dungan da joge jamni ji da shen ji samba de jamni ji de jam니지 공부 있나 아니 연된데 삼다디 개변다 연된이 루세 꽤나 연된도 심주 삼다 디네 삼다에서 안디네 당연히 심지어 탐지게 된다래야 아니 동아의 자와도 디게다 자와쇼 다 심진 디기 담바다 동아이디 자야다 디기 대행에 된다랑에 깔래 같이 잡나 자기 세배에 두체는 아주 잠바다 시신 된제 안두세 공략이 로장야 디디 최고래 지자다 두로 장요도 로도 삼단다 다 동아 영역에 귀도 땅에 심지어 탐지게 디기 대다 동아도 야데 다데디 garche wasna maon ba na maya ge gyudi garse nyom ba de meba so gure chanda semjengi nyom ba meba so la ane didus kom de ba samji nyom me so tu yo marwa meba enza delia che de hondo le nyamlen jeju kom ju jane dus jane so so kom ba na ju konzo le kom ju nyamlen jeju jane dunga le tawa che dus dene enza da konzo le ya 곰 주 냠는 차발로 소소게 야포치 당고 아니 야포치 마차와 있나 아니 고도를 판도 같이 뭐지 투야면 대장에 샘전 탐 산제 고마디다 토바 있나 아니 샹리아 판바 뒤다 넘버 군도 판바 같이 뭐지 투도 제자 디인장에 샘전 탐제 동안의 자제 고유 동안의 타야 상이설 고기 디던다라 내 상유 고바 토바 지긴 셈베 도스네 상유 고바 토바 쇼 셈베 삼다디 먼저 장주 셈 곰시고라 디니게 삼다제 야네 야도 곰지 디네 제주도다 제주도 삼다 고바 조금 차기로와 도스네 고메디 디레다 가서 돈다라 가상기 셰데 나는 미셰바 나시레 도스네다 삼다이 디레샤.
We've already come to the point where we need to summarize what we've looked at this weekend. So we spoke about primarily the meditation, equalizing and exchanging self with others. But it was mentioned that there are two techniques for the cultivation of bodhicitta within oneself. The one is the 6 cause and 1 effect, where one starts out by reflecting how all beings have been our mothers, the tremendous kindness they've shown us, the wish to repay the kindness and independence on that. One generates love and compassion and eventually develops those to the strength that one gives rise to the altruistic attitude of universal responsibility. So that's the one set of 6 causes that lead to the result of enlightenment. The other practice starts with, in a similar place, of reflecting on how all beings, we have this close relationship with all beings through that of parent and child, reflect on the kindness that others have shown us, generate the wish to repay the kindness, and then one goes into the specific training of meditating on love, compassion, and the altruistic attitude together. So this then is the unique way of practicing, of equalizing and exchanging self with others, which then leads to the generation of bodhicitta. So whichever of these 2 techniques one feels more inclined towards, then that's the one that one should practice. Some are more inclined to 6 cause and 1 effect, others more to equalizing and exchanging self with others. You see which type of practice, which of these 2 methods appeals more, and practice that. In time, maybe one will change, but for now, practice the one that you feel a greater affinity with. And furthermore, we've spoken this weekend about the faults of the self-cherishing mind and the benefits of the other cherishing mind. And this is important to reflect on, coming to see how this self-obsession dominates us so, and from this all our negativity, all our suffering comes. And as this companion meditation, to see the great benefits that will follow if one generates the other cherishing mind within oneself. And in the way this was presented, one sees that through reflecting on the qualities of the other cherishing mind, this also leads to valuing love and compassion, generating an ever stronger desire to generate love and compassion within oneself and help others to do the same too. Then having reflected on the bodhicitta through either of these methods, then it's imperative that one's meditation is not left on the cushion, that one relies on mindfulness and introspection when one is not in meditation too, ensuring that whatever activity one is engaging in, that one keeps one's focus on the other cherishing mind, being always aware that whatever we are doing, let it bring benefit to others, let it bring no more harm to others. And in order to keep this intention present within us, we need to rely on mindfulness and introspection. And furthermore, as one develops ever greater familiarity with this meditation, one needs to look further at what the causes are of suffering. Both the causes for the suffering that beings are experiencing right now, as well as the causes that are waiting to ripen into future suffering. And these are the afflicted minds. So this is something to be clear on. There's our afflictions that cause us suffering. It's our afflictions that cause the suffering that others are experiencing too. And it's these, therefore, that have to be eradicated. And so wherever one chooses to meditate on emptiness in either of these techniques, one needs to come to the understanding that the afflictions are what need to be eradicated in our continuum as well as the continuum of others. And with this cultivation of the other cherishing mind, our focus is primarily on others being able to overcome their afflictions. And for us, merely sitting with aspiration, may others eliminate the causes of their suffering, may others may no longer be under the control of their afflictions, that is insufficient. Sentient beings need to do that work themselves, which means they need a spiritual teacher to train them, to guide them in how to recognize the causes of suffering and how to eliminate those causes of suffering. And they need a spiritual guide who is skilled, whose knowledge is faultless, and whose experience is faultless. So with this understanding, one commits to striving to become a Buddha, so as to be of benefit to others, so as to become that most skilled of guides. And lastly, when the meditations were mentioned in more detail earlier, the sequence of first analytical and then placement meditation was mentioned a few times. So this is important. We need to hear teachings, and whilst hearing them, whilst going through the process of hearing and learning, reflect on them, contemplate them, analytical meditation. And when we come to a realization, hold that meditation with placement, gain familiarity. And this is the process we need to engage in repeatedly over a sustained period. And if we do that, then our aspiration to bring about transformation in our minds and in how we relate to others, that aspiration will be realized. And we will become a transformed being and have a transformative impact on the lives of others. Okay. So we'll finish there then for today, and then next time we'll come to look at the fourth of the four clingings that need to be abandoned. If grasping arises, it is not the view. This, in brief, is where one looks at emptiness, where one comes to understand how phenomena appear to the mind, and we go through the process of analyzing to see whether they exist in that way or not, and thereby give rise to the wisdom that realizes emptiness. So that's where we'll start then next time.